Artemis, the goddess of hunting and nature, was the ideal figure of beauty in ancient Greece. But what is recognition for a goddess? In order to show how admired they are with her, the people of Ephesus raised a beautiful temple in the honor of Artemis, which has become one of the 7 wonders of the world. The huge building is decorated with 125 white marble columns, and indeed, they still impress with their beauty. Generally, marble was considered one of the most demanded construction materials in ancient times due to a number of its advantages. It is strong, looks beautiful, and is able to stand the test of time and nature. The Greek marmaros means a white shining stone, and this most ancient construction material has remained very popular till today. Best architects still prefer this shining stone for a building design and cladding. Its high density, wide color palette, and ease of processing allow architects to experiment with it and thus put their boldest ideas into life. Hello, you are watching Within the Process, a program which tells you in detail about how it works. Our crew is in Astana at the Stone Decor Enterprise, and today our cameras are focused on the process of marble articles manufacturing. In order to make an item like this, a floorboard or a socket like this, we need several days, 6 types of marble, and ultra-modern tools. We have got all of these, so let's get started right now. First, we need to know how our floorboard will look. This is why the first ones to start with the work are designers. In fact, they draw the picture of the future article. If the final picture resulted is exactly what is needed, the picture will be transferred further on. Now they need to split the pattern into colors. The case itself will be made of white marble, and the patterns will be assembled of various 5 boards. For this purpose, the design planner will delineate the contour of each pattern. Having splitted the image into separate components, the designer sends all the information to the production site. These slabs are one of a kind in terms of their pictures and the material. Marble is a rich and interesting stone. It is rare that one can see 2 absolutely the same slabs. They're all individual. Marble is assessed by its patterns. The richer the pattern, the more expensive the marble is, as well as quite the opposite. An absolutely smooth and white rock with no speckles will also cost much more expensive than a darker one. These slabs are from Italy and Turkey. The Mediterranean is one of the largest marble suppliers in the world. The size of each of the slabs is 1.5 by 2.5 meters, and they weigh over 100 kilograms each. This is why they use an overhead crane to start their processing. Due to the crane, they supply the slab to the frame. The crane rises at the angle of 90 degrees and returns into the horizontal position with the marble. Cutting parameters are downloaded into the computer by the operator. The machine cuts the dense rock itself. The operator is involved in the process only to control it. When the work pieces for the floorboard are cut out, they are sent to the next stage of the process. A specifically designed tool can cut such a strong material like marble with mathematical precision. The principle of this technology is as follows. Water compressed under pressure of several thousand atmospheres and mixed with abrasive is supplied to the cutting head of the tool. Passing through the hole, diameter of 1/10 of a millimeter, it becomes a very thin, hair-like stream. The strength of this stream is so powerful that it easily and rapidly cuts the granite or marble. When the separate patterns of various colors of marble are cut out, the operator assembles the future floorboard. As he has assembled a pattern on the desk, he compares the resulted pattern and the model of the item. In case the 2 models have coincided, the article can be sent for gluing together. The pattern is assembled into one with a special glue in order to join various sections of the marble proof and reliably. Besides that, the glue fills in the resulted hollows. This allows for the prevention of holes in the floorboard so that it becomes integral. On the other side, the mesh is adhered. It serves as the frame and the additional fastening of the board to the floor. When the board is glued, it needs 2 hours for the parts of the boards to properly adhere to each other, so let us leave it for this time. And we are moving to the next workshop where they manufacture other marble articles. It is the processing shop. Marble is the material for anything: tabletops, stairs, floors, walls, decorating elements, and building cladding. Despite its strength, the stone becomes easy for processing due to special machines. The lathe that makes the slabs round has 36 special blades with which the machine removes one layer after another, the width of which can make just a few millimeters. Thus, round shapes are obtained. The unit runs a circular blade back and forth and cuts off the thinnest layer of the stone and gives shape to it. And it takes the craftsman a little longer to make radial components and complicated figures, picture frames, and skirting, since this is a very diligent and time-consuming work. When they are shaped, they are sent to the next stage of the process. However, not all articles can be smooth with this unit. The thing is that there are some structures, the shape of which is a little curly, like these pieces of skirting and frames. In this case, manual labor is applied. The polisher cleans every component by hand. It is important to have perfect eyesight, not to remove the parts which are necessary. And since the fine dust is very harmful for the lungs, all polishers use inhalers according to the safety rules. Having polished the article and convincing that it's absolutely smooth, they send it to the assembly shop. The team of fitters arrives to the object and makes the measurements of the resulted articles, whether it is the floor covering or the flight of stairs. After this, they lay the marble and fix it firmly. Marble is a perfect decoration for the interior, and since ancient times it has been a wonderful material for monument facing and manufacturing sculptures. Decorating Bayterek, which is the symbol of the new Kazakhstan and the capital city, has also been made by this enterprise in Astana. Similar facing is also made with an apparatus which cuts out various figures under the effect of pressure, water, and abrasive. The only difference is that they do not cut the stone through in order to make such a pattern, but just remove several millimeters of the layer, due to which the relief is resulted, which acts as the pattern. By the way, they can make any type of image, including inscriptions. It is all thanks to the marble, this expensive, perpetual, natural, and most beautiful material. Marble appeared more than 4 million years ago as a result of recrystallization of rocks contained in it under high temperature and pressure. The richest marble fields are located in Italy, Spain, Turkey, Belgium, France, Ireland, and the US. Depending on the metals and graphite it contains, marble can be a traditionally white, which is colorless, pink, gray, light blue, green, black, and even yellow. By the way, white marble is one of the most expensive sorts of this stone. It is used to make sculptures. Well, today we have lifted the veil and told you more about another technological process. Now you know how the most ancient, strong, shining stones becomes a true piece of art. You have been watching Within the Process, a program which tells you in details about how it works and changes your attitudes towards the things that surround us in everyday life. My name is Dmitry Galabir. I am Danyar Batirbayev. See you next time in Within the Process.